morning. Today is Sunday, December 15th. 10 more days till Christmas. Got to come up with 10 more stories. I don't know. I'm having a little bit of difficulty now. I'll have to admit. But anyway, we do have some birthdays today. So today is Carmen Tadeo, T-A-D-E-O. So Carmen gets a song. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Carmen. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. And it's also Miss May Peep, 123. M-S-M-A-E-E-P, 123. I think her name is May. That's what I'm going to sing to. Hopefully I got your name right. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear May. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. And finally, last but never not least, is Suzanne the Castle 03. Suzanne, it's your birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Suzanne. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. I had to do it up a little bit differently. And I promised Debbie Roseberry that if she'd let me know what her husband's name was, I would sing him another anniversary song and include her husband in on it. And his name is Ron. So Ron, here you go. Debbie already heard the song, so this is just for Ron. Happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary. Happy, 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 happy anniversary. Happy, 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 happy anniversary. Happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary. Ron got a little bit more because he was kind of left out there at the beginning. I didn't go to church today because I woke up still feeling... I don't know what it is. I just, I didn't want to go to church and get other people sick. I always hated when I worked. I can relate to Sue Slims Down because she works at Walmart, that people sometimes are just kind of like rude. But anyway, it's the time of year. It's the holiday season and they go crazy. And there's so many germs and stuff and people got to get out there. And I think that's probably why I picked up this bug. But I didn't want to share it with anybody, so I thought I won't go to church. It's just... God understands. I just said some extra prayers. So, I just, I don't know. I'm not feverish or chilly, you know, like chills or stuff like that. I just don't feel like 100%. I'm about 90%. So, but anyway, let's see. I'm going to share a story right now about, with Jimmy, my oldest. And so here you go. Jimmy, share your stories.
I look up at this.
Okay, we're at Kylie's birthday party, but Jimmy's going to share his Christmas memory. He's actually got two.
I have two. All right, one of them is I was into Star Wars a lot when I was younger. So my mother bought me a helmet that you could talk to other people through the helmet. So I put the helmet on, put the batteries in, started talking. Couldn't figure out why no one was answering me back because you needed another helmet to do it, and she only got me the one helmet.
Probably was expensive. You're lucky you got the one helmet.
And none of my friends had the other helmet, so it was pointless. The other one was I was at school, and I came back from school at the end of the day and walked in, and everything was lit up, and jingles had come and decorated, and it was like Santa's little wonderland, and I was so excited. That's it.
Well, he had two stories. But anyway, I did try to make my things special for my kids growing up. I really did. And I try to make things special for my grandkids. If I can succeed in that, I think I'm pretty successful. That's all I ask in life is that when I'm gone, people have a good memory of me. They'll say, oh, you know what? I remember when she did this, and I remember when she did that. So I want to leave good memories. I know that somewhere along the line I've left some unhappy memories with people, but you know, I think for the most part I've left some pretty good memories. I'm hoping. Wishing and hoping and thinking and praying. Yes, I am. So anyway, let's share my story. My story is just like working in retail. Afterwards, I was in charge. I worked in the men's department. I started off in the men's department. I remember that I had one manager. She was such a stickler. She was just so serious all the time. And I'm a jokester. But she didn't really know me at the time. And when you had a refund, you had to have a manager sign off on the refund. And she was so busy that she was always gone. I mean, it wasn't like she wasn't working, but she was gone. You just never knew where she was. And then one time I got her, because you couldn't leave until you had all your refunds signed. And so I was getting ready to leave, and I found her, and I says, "Oh, Gail, before you disappear," and she turned and looked at me, and she says, "I don't disappear." She took offense. And so I said, "Well, that was just my humor." And she said, "Oh, well, I don't disappear." And so I thought, "Oh, I can't joke with her." But then over time, she realized that, you know, but that I was a keeper. Because I stayed at Montgomery Ward's. I started off working part-time in the men's department as a sales clerk, and I ended up as the manager of the women's department. So I rode that ladder. I rode that ladder up. So anyway, that could be a Christmas memory. There you go. There's one of my Christmas memories. Is like, I knew that it was just before, it was after Christmas. Our license plates expired in October, and because both of the cars are in Jim's name. They're in both of our names, but Jim's name is listed first, and so in Michigan they go by your license plate. It goes by your birthday, and Jim's birthday's in October, so he had to have the birthdays. And I completely forgot to get the license plates, and so it was like just before Thanksgiving in November, and I realized that I had never got our license plates. We had been driving illegally. Well, when you record on your phone. Anyway, I do everything on my phone. I film, I edit, I upload, put it onto YouTube, all on the phone. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, so it was November, and then I realized that I didn't get the license tabs, and Jim had already gone to work, and I thought, oh, I better get over there. So I started to walk to the Secretary of State office because I didn't have a car, and it's about 2, maybe 3 miles from my house, and I was halfway there, and it started pouring rain. It was just like pouring rain. And I had reached the halfway point, so it was like the point of no return, as they say in the Phantom of the Opera. I love that movie. Oh, that's another story. I'll tell that one tomorrow about the Phantom. It's not Christmas related, but it's a pretty good story about Phantom of the Opera. I have told it before. Spoiler alert, if you don't want to hear it, you can hear it again tomorrow. But anyway, so I got halfway there, and I thought, I'm just going to continue on. So when I was going, I saw the sign outside of Montgomery Ward's that they were hiring for Christmas, and so I thought, you know what, I could get a part-time job just for Christmas, and that'll work for me. So I thought, I'm just going to pick up an application, I'll bring it home and fill it out, and then I'll come back with the car and drive back, and I'll look more presentable, because I look like a drowned rat. And so I went in to pick up the application, and Trudy, who ended up being a really good friend with mine afterwards, she said, would you like to stay for an interview? And I go, oh no, look at me. This is not interview looking material. And she says, well, you're going to be interviewing with me, and I already see what you look like. So, and we need Christmas help. So I said, oh, okay. So I stayed, and I got the job. I started the very next day, and I loved it. I ended up staying at Montgomery Ward's for 15 years. I loved it. It was like my perfect job. It really was. I started in the men's department. I was a switchboard operator. I worked at the VCB department, which is the vendor chargeback, when you bring things back that are broken, that needs to get sent back. I was the one that sent them back. And then I became the manager of the men's department, and then I became the manager of the women's department. It was just so much fun. I really had a really good time. It was really, really good life. So, but see, now it put me in a better mood too. I feel better. I share my happy memories. I'm so glad you guys let me share my memories, because my family's heard them so many times. They go, oh, here she goes again, telling another story. So, and I know probably a lot of you have heard these stories before, and they go, oh, here she goes again. I've already heard it. I don't want to hear it again. So, anyway, I'm going to end this now before I get like a babbling fool. So, hopefully everybody's having nice holidays and staying in check with their plan. I'm trying to stay in check with mine. I'm just hoping to get through the rest of the year without too much damage being done, and just feeling pretty good about everything. So, okay, that'll be it for now. I will talk to you guys in the morning. See you then.